Alrighty, once again we will resume our game. We are, I don't even know how many hours, maybe close to 20 hours maybe at this point into Arx Fatalis on the Xbox. The last time we, at the beginning, decided to sort of go back in our saves and load prior to the 8th level, which would be the dwarf level, since we ran into that issue where the door wouldn't open even though I tried everything. One of the few times I looked ahead, tried to open the door with the appropriate key and it just wouldn't open, and who knows why. I tried so many different things, including moving save files around, unplugging the Xbox, maybe if there was a memory leak issue, which I just remember that from my time at Midway. A bunch of different things, so I'm hoping that perhaps it's just because we didn't have all the plot elements yet, and maybe it was meant to do that, although usually it wouldn't let you progress that far without something. But you know, these are, I guess it doesn't matter the time period really, like older games or newer games, bugs are bound to happen at some point. And the tough part with this generation was you couldn't really patch it. This was kind of right before all the possibilities of patching, so you had to kind of rely on, you know, maybe not, if you found a bug, you could exchange it at some point, because I know they put out different revisions of discs after a certain print run. But anyway, so we went back to the previous level and kind of cleared that out, and then went back to the temple of the Order of Adurnium with the snake women, and some trial and error there, but we solved the puzzle, a couple of different puzzles really, and we obtained the Zohark. So now we have both the Krahaz and Zohark, the two items needed to protect Amshagar when picking up the cult or meteor fragment that was in that yellow tulip temple from a while back. So we did all that on the previous stream. We went there and found Ilcids, which were extremely difficult. You could only really beat them in the magic free zone, which was still kind of hard because you had to glitch them, and I figured something must be weird about that. So, and I'll get back to that in a minute. So we disabled the cult fragment, or at least shrunk it down to carry it, and we're on our way back to the city of Arx to let King Lunshire know, you know, we accomplished pretty much our main mission, it seems like. But unfortunately, along the way, we found there was guards in different spots, like whichever way you entered the town, there'd be a guard beforehand to let you know that the Ilcids have ransacked the city of Arx, and so the game suggested we sneak by them, but sneaking is kind of challenging from what I've found, especially at our level, and even if we did have, I think the most we could have is another 10%, even with the sword equipped, so that'd be a plus 20% total, but I don't know, it just didn't seem worth it. So off stream, I wanted to play around with some of the new magic, because I didn't think that'd be as interesting on stream, so I went through some of the spells that we recently got, and found that one spell seems to be pretty helpful called Harm, and I did hear about that spell and how it's kind of like necessary with the Ilcids, and I'll show you in a moment why, because what I did was not so much in this City of Arx area, but I went back to that a save before where I got the cult fragment in the yellow tulip temple, and went to an area where I could enable this harm spell, and instead of doing like just one bit of damage, it creates a field, and since those enemies keep running right into you, it really helps with those Ilcids. So I'll show you how that goes in a moment, but I wanted to do that, and I redid my spell sheets. You know, I just have it down to 2 sheets, even though it looks like gibberish, it sort of makes sense to me, so that's good. So basically, I played all the way back up to the point where, because there were only 2 Ilcids in the Yellow Tulip Temple, the one that I killed on stream, and then there was another one I also killed, but it was doing that convoluted method, so ultimately I went back through there and then just at the beginning of the city of Arx, and really now the only difference is we have something to sort of protect us, even though it doesn't mean a free pass. It's certainly going to help, I think. So now we're going to just kind of resume from that point and see if we can find the king who is supposedly held, according to a guard, held inside the prison, inside the castle. So hopefully we can make some progress now. And it seems like that harm spell lasts a while, so there's one of those Ilsids down there, creeping around. And they're pretty powerful, like you'll see in a moment just how quick they are, but I'll go ahead and cast the spell to get it ready, because they move very quickly. Alright, so now we have this field around us. And as long as the magic's on, we should be good to go. So I'm going to just rush these guys. I guess you could probably sneak by them, but eventually you're going to have to fight. See, each time you hear that. So you'll still get hurt pretty bad. Okay. So, and then they blow up. Okay. Yeah, so at least we have a chance. We still get hurt pretty badly, but at least we can fight them and win. Because, as I said, sneaking, I'm not so sure. Plus, it does get quite tedious for the small reward you get out of it, so I felt like this manner was going to be a lot more interesting, at the least, but also less trial and error, because, as I said, the stealthing is not so simple.
Cannot break it just like that.
We will defend
Too sturdy for a break.
Okay, so it seems like all the shops and everything are closed, which rightfully so. I should probably heal one more time. And, you know, thankfully the spell lasts a while and we can just keep it running or cast it again if we need to, but I feel like just these guys are everywhere, at least along the pathways we're going to be traveling with. They have some kind of a speed spell, so that makes everything extra fun. I don't know if they hurt you when they blow up, but it's kind of cool that they just explode like so. Let's just heal. And I guess another good reason to take them on is presumably you'll get experience. Let's see how much we have. 54, 250. We'll check next time, but I assume you get some experience for defeating them. Okay, we get to go in there. Guess he doesn't need that. I'm not surprised the guards got just, you know, taken out, because these guys are tough even with this shield, you know. Should probably save it just to be safe, because this is definitely a challenging area where I can still go down if I don't have that shield up. Let's see. So as long as we have one at a time, it seems like we're okay. And I suppose if needed, I could heal during the battle, but prefer not to. I don't have to. I'm glad to learn about that spell, because I would have thought initially that it was going to be like, you know, some spells have opposites. We have harm and heal. And heal is very temporary, whereas harm, you know, doesn't create a field like harm does here, so it's kind of nice to have Extra layer of protection.
You cannot break it just like that.
Did I kill that rat? Oops. Accident.
It's too sturdy for you to break.
Interesting. So you can go in the bank.
You cannot break it just like that.
Go in the bank.
You cannot break it just like that.
Oh, I still have to pay for it? That's funny. Banker's not even here.
Just like
I mean, I guess
too
it's
sturdy for you to break.
being honest, you know, it's not a bad thing.
You cannot break it just like that.
It's kind of funny.
You cannot break it just. It's too sturdy for you to break.
I guess certain places are still open.
You cannot break it just like that.
Oh. Uh-oh, here we go. Wow, alright, see, so we can still die. Oh, there was two of them. I think there was a second one that came out there. Darn. It's okay. Thankfully, we just saved it. There we go. So we just saved it. Not a big deal. Didn't think we would have much of a chance with two of those guys at once, so as long as we stick to one at a time, we should be alright. Like I mentioned before, at least the spell lasts a while. That's definitely a plus. So let's go down. So I guess when we reload the game.
You cannot break it just like that.
That's the drawback to this. Is it makes the... Oh, there's another. Okay, so if we take them... It doesn't seem like they draw them towards... Yeah. One at a time, maximum. Oops. Up. Is this film still over there? Yep, sure is. Good. Hey Kelly, awesome. Thank you, I appreciate it. Hopefully it'll be some pleasant background noise while you do that. It's always good to have a little bit of a distracting noise while packing. Oops. There we go. Right. Let's do that again. Oh. Alright, now, as long as it's just one, it should be okay. Yeah, come on over. Fix it for you. See, that's the speed magic there. Fun. Even when you do hit him a little bit, it still takes quite a few hits. Ooh, that was close. Boom. Alright. Right now it's disappearing, but that's good. We can use a mana potion or just hang out. That's okay, we got some potions here, we can just use those. Could be handy. Alright. We'll just go ahead and hang out for a little bit while we let that mana build up a bit. Sure there's more, but take some out here and there along the way. That's Good times. Let's see if there doesn't seem like any of them up above. Too many platforms, mostly around the perimeter. I imagine there's some inside the castle too, but we'll find out. This town used to be so friendly. Well, I don't know about friendly, but at least had a safe feel to it. Now it's all danger. Alright, I think we've gotten most of them. It's hard to tell because, of course, they explode when they're killed. Maybe the mana doesn't really go up unless the magic's off. Let's see if we we'll stop that so our mana can go up. I see how it goes, like as long as we have our mana. So too does the spell last. So just kind of wait for a few moments here while we do. You know, anyone out there, hopefully you're having a decent holiday time, whatever that is for you. I don't personally celebrate Christmas in the traditional sense, or at least what's become tradition, but if you do, that's totally cool. You know, it's always fun to ultimately use it as a time to come together and even if coming together means small group or no group, just hanging out, having a good time. Right. So wait on this mana to go up a little bit more. So I don't want to use all those since we don't have a whole bunch. Imagine they'll come in handy at some point, certainly fighting that lich is a challenge. And speaking of liches, while I was going and testing out this farm spell, I did defeat that lich back in the Yellow Tulip Temple, but since the treasures were already picked up before it was killed, like one was we got a third Boss Rock, so whatever that means, we have a third one. But yeah, here's the two items. Apparently they're in the shape of rings. I don't know exactly what kind of buffs they give, but at least we can wear them. I guess they come in handy. Alright, let's go ahead and save it. Since we killed a couple more since the last save. It seems like this plan is working okay as long as we have the harm spell. It's I don't know, if you didn't have that, which I guess it's possible, like if you didn't get enough runes or the proper runes. Which can, I guess, is part of the design at the time. You know, sometimes if you just didn't follow a certain order, you get a little bit punished for it. All right, let's go ahead and down and then right up. Yeah, it seems like when you have the spell enabled, if you run against a door, it makes it seem like you're attacking the door. So that's why you'll sometimes hear that.
It's too sturdy for me to break.
That message right there, or something similar to it. Okay, so it looks like we cleared out over here, which would make sense. Oh, there's one. Okay. There we go. Uh-oh. I have to say, that's a cool effect. We'll give it that. Looks like he's dead already, so just didn't want to kill him with my harm spell, because I imagine that's a potential. If you're around villagers, it could do damage, or maybe you can't cast it in this town. Yeah, this way looks clear. That's where it came from. Right. I'm gonna stop this and just cast it again. After I heal. Don't forget to heal. Right up. There we are. And bring up arm again. Alright, there we go. Now let's go on the hunt. It's cool that we could say that, because otherwise definitely would have to avoid. I don't think there's any other way if you don't have this spell at this time. Which is kind of cheap, but I guess it's part of the reward for focusing on getting everything, but at the same time, like I assume some of those runes you could just you know, come back and get anytime, but if this is the only place for it.
Break it just like that.
Yeah.
I cannot break
we
it
will
just
defend
like
ourselves to the last.
Okay, we're not going in there. It's too bad we can't convince them that we're who we are, but I imagine when there's so many tough enemies like these guys. Here, come on over here. See that spell gonna get that blur effect. Wow, yeah. It's a pretty cool way to go, I guess. If you're gonna go, might as well go with a literal bang. Stop this for now. One more time. There we go. I'll just kind of do another sweep because I'd like to make sure that they're all gone because these guys are not cool. Sneak's going to do a whole lot of good here, but worth a try. Thankfully, you can usually hear them if they're off in the distance. So I feel okay walking around without the shields up for the moment. Let's see. Seems like there'll probably be another one down here because it's. It seems to be based on a perimeter. Oh, okay, that's where we came before. Alright. Alright, so I guess it's time to go inside the castle and see what lies within. Should be fun. Go ahead and save that. Seems like a good time. Why not make a new one? Right. Make sure our harm spell is still working and go inside. Okay. Looks like our
I
swords
cannot break it just like that. I cannot break it just like that.
Thank you.
It's too sturdy for me to
Okay.
break.
We did
I
it.
cannot break it just like that. I cannot break it just like that. I cannot break it just like that. It's too sturdy for me to break. I cannot break it.
Yeah. Not trying to break it. It has the effect of the harm spell. Apparently it can harm doors, which I guess that's a pretty strong spell, although it doesn't seem to actually harm them, so why even have it? I don't know. That's why I'm sure using it in the town would be bad news. Who knows? If it kills the mice, it probably would kill the villagers. Oh, great. I was thinking that could happen. Alright, well, that was quick. They have a pretty cool two-handed sword, but can't equip that. It's not really our style, so yeah, wow. We are getting experience, by the way. I killed a couple, and I know it went up from last time because that was like 52 something, I believe. Let's go ahead and save it one more time. At least there's I guess a shortcut now that we are aware of that gets us into the prison area. Although it's surprising that these creatures would have a prisoner, they seem just to be completely hostile and don't even speak like the priests, so no. Definitely can use the blacksmith pretty soon, thanks to all this carnage that's taking place. Alright. Harsh. Alright, so we'll use that secret passageway, so maybe that'll save us a battle, I guess. Up, and then right up. Just hang out right here. I think anyone else is coming. Usually we'd tell. Use this to build up our mana. We can do another heal. Just give that a moment. This way we don't have to use up too many spells, and if just getting to the king is all we have to do. I hope they didn't trash my room, by the way. The other room, both rooms that I use now in this game. I suppose that's not real major issue considering everything else that's going on, but just thought about that. Oops. That down and then right up together. Okay, so we go this way. See if this makes a difference. Still going to be an enemy, so it's kind of weird. It's right there already. It's funny. It's got an interesting look to it. Can't even search them as they're dying, so it really was useless to have that shortcut there. It's pretty funny.
I cannot break it just like that.
Oops. Oh, I should turn the spell off. No, what? Okay.
It was all a trap to get rid of you, Shigar.
Wow.
As soon as I found out their plan, I knew I couldn't let them do it, my friend.
Thank you. Where's the king?
That was
Sirius
unexpected.
doesn't give a shit about the king.
Oh, dang.
If the king is alive, he's in hiding. He's probably holed up with the rest of his people in the guard room.
Ah, I'm beginning to understand why the Ilsids did not kill all the humans in the kingdom.
That would be madness. Akbar's hungry, and Cerberus saved some of them as a supply of fresh meat for his master.
Right, well that's the way.
Akbar will eat every last one if he gets the chance.
Wow.
Koltar, what brought you to work for the
Twist.
Ilsids and Cerberus?
When I got out of jail, it seemed like a good idea. Cerberus is very persuasive, you know, and he's got big ideas. He wants to bring the sun back to Arx and get all the humans out of these rat-infested caves.
It's a big,
Someone
ambitious,
like me who has been outside, that sort of plan makes perfect sense. Now get out of here quick. Use the sewers. I'll make something up to tell the others.
I have to. Anyway, so that was cool. Koltar, if you remember, wow, AC plus 30, that's wild. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, can't go this way, so it's pretty much have to go that way. Koltar was when we first started the game in the prison in the Goblin Kingdom, he was in the next cell over, and we freed him and we fought together, and then that was the last we saw of him since the very beginning. So that's cool. I wondered if they were going to bring him back in some way. It's cool to see that he made it out. And
Incompetence! The Guardian has escaped! Leave this pathetic kingdom to the humans and return to our refuge immediately!
wow, that was quick. They gave up immediately as soon as I jumped down there. Okay. Anyway, so yeah, he was there to help us out in a tough time. I thought I killed all those guys, but you know, story stuff has to happen. I'm not sure where he went now, but that's cool that he didn't drink the Kool-Aid or whatever you want to call it. He just kind of was a mercenary, I suppose, and then saw that they were not so good people in terms of wanting to feed all the humanity to the god there, Akba. Okay, where am I now? Okay, so we did use a hatch finally. Sounds like the people are back, or do I need to get harm ready again? Let's check around here. Guess we should probably just get it ready, huh? Down, right up. Okay, that looks like a guard. Let's turn that off. Stop. Don't want to accidentally kill a villager. That would be bad. Although I don't know if there's consequences to that, honestly. You know, part of me, you know, I have space. Ooh. Maybe I should reload that previous save and pick up that armor and sell it, because that would probably be, I think I'll do that, because that probably is good money. I'm not too far away from there, so that's fine. Let's try that. I think that's a good idea. Could be worth a pretty penny, because I don't plan to keep it, but with those stats, it's probably worth something, especially if we need to do some repairs anyway. And now we know the villagers have returned to life. I see it is far back. That's okay. That's okay. Oops. There's only 2 of them left, pretty much, that we have to deal with. You guys are tough, though. just their damage they do. It's like the speed spell really messes you up. There's another one I'd like to fight it because the experience gain is pretty good. 57, 250. Oops. Yeah, I think we'll do that. So, do this a couple times. Let's save it. There's at least one more. I think up ahead. Oops. Oh. But yeah, it'd be fun to take out as many as we can to get the experience. Oh. There's probably going to be one here somewhere.
I cannot break it just like that.
There we go. So one at a time we'll do fine with. Footsteps right now, so we'll stop that, let our mana go up. Heal up. I wonder if it's worth hitting him because it does a lot of damage to our weapon as well. So 500 experience. I don't know if that's a lot, but it seems like a decent amount compared to what we've been fighting. Right. So yeah, I like that idea. We'll go ahead and pick up that armor when we get to that next area. I'm going to see if we can clear out this area from those illicits, though. It'd be a nice little boost to the experience because it doesn't seem like too many monsters return to the areas, so we need all the experience we can get, it seems like. Right. Swords lay around too, it seems like, after you pass the villagers return, so it's a good thing. We can sell those too, potentially. One over here. Could be it. See if the librarian's there. Would be interesting. She's still open for business.
It's too sturdy for me to break.
So, might as well check every side path, you know. There's one up here, we can take care of it. Okay.
I cannot break it just like this. It's too sturdy for me to break. I cannot break it just like that.
Still don't have a key for that. Not even sure where you would get that. Maybe it would seem like since we have access to the room of that former astronomer, it would be there. But can't go in there. Let's check the main hall. Ah, good. Pretty sure there's one here because when we came to that, yep, this is.
It's too sturdy for me.
Oh, buddy. Goodness, I thought we were gonna be defeated, but
just like that. It's too sturdy for me to break. break it just like that. I cannot break it just like that. I cannot break it just like that.
Go to the
It's
new
too
door
sturdy
area.
for me to break. I cannot break it just like that. I cannot break it just
Oh,
like
goodness.
that. I cannot break it just like that. It's too sturdy for me to break. I cannot break it just like that. I cannot break it just
Just
like
trying
that.
to get out
I
here.
cannot break it
Just
just
hold
like
on.
that.
Hold on. Goodness. Oh, no. See, it's like anytime you get near a door, like a
I cannot
chest.
break it just like that. It's too sturdy for me to break.
Silly. I don't know why the harm spell even goes to do damage against inanimate objects. Kind of odd, but maybe it was too hard to put properties that were different. Just go in here and chill out for a few. Or random reagents. At least we have enough money to get everything repaired, so that's a plus. Armor hasn't been hurt too bad. The shield has, but it's kind of expected, I suppose. Of course, the blood's still over my bed. I guess they're never going to clean that. At least I took the chicken and the chicken head out of the room, but they're still on the floor outside the room, so. They seem to have people that do cleaning, but they just choose to ignore those parts. Let's put this on, down, right up. This was in here before too. Maybe that was the same person. Could be.
I cannot break it just like that.
Alright, so at least we've cleared this all.
I cannot break it just like that.
Yeah. Right, so let that chill for a moment, and then we got one more guy, I believe, one more of the Ilcids down this way through the secret passage, and happens to perfectly be right at the end of the passage, so it's not very secret. Near you could sneak. I don't see how it would matter. I'd like to think that it matters, but it's hard to tell with this game. At this point, it was like thief was the way. They're doing stealth and tissue maybe a little bit. Although that came out like 96. So at this early time, thief would have been something, you know, like between 92 when Ultima Underworld first came out and this, which was meant to be Ultima Underworld 3 in 2002, that 10-year span. You know, I believe Thief was first, and then Tenchu around that time, and Metal Gear Solid, kind of, but that's more of a hide and sneak game more than a stealth game, at least the original ones. Alright, so we'll do this part.
It was all a trap to get rid of you, Shigar.
It's our friend from the
As soon as
jail.
I found out their plan, I knew I couldn't let them do it, my friend.
Thank you. Where's the king?
So in case anyone missed this cutscene, I'm just redoing this so I can pick up that armor and sell it, because it might be worth a lot.
He's probably holed
Don't
up
intend
with
to
the
wear
rest
it.
of his people in the guard room.
Ah, I'm beginning to understand why the Ilsids did not kill all the humans in the kingdom.
That would be madness. Akbar's hungry, and Acerbius saved some of them as a supply of fresh meat for his master.
Yeah.
Akbar will eat every last one if he gets the chance.
Koltar, what brought you to work for the Ilsids and Acerbius?
When I got out of jail, it seemed like a good idea. Acerbius is very persuasive, you know, and he's got big ideas. He wants to bring the sun back to Arx and get all the humans out of these rat-infested
It's pretty persuasive. If someone tells you
like me
you
who has been
can
outside,
bring the sun back
that
to a
sort of
world
plan
that
makes
has
perfect sense.
lost the sun for many years after a meteor.
Now get out of here quick. Use the sewers.
It's nice to see he's healed up too. He's not hobbled anymore. It's great. So this is the first time they left armor too, so let's make some space. We can do that. We'll jump down there in a moment. I'm going to make room for armor. So, is it 4 probably? Oh no. 6 really. Put you over here. Let's see if we can remove stuff. At least we have some space to maneuver around. We can do these separately, but that's okay. One at a time. And then, of course, the apples, one at a time. Should just get rid of them because we don't need to eat anymore, but it's an old habit. Sometimes you gotta eat. Pick it up, please. There we go. I don't know of a way to do them all at once when you have a stack, so it's kind of the best we got right now. Move here, and oh, it was 6. Okay, well, that's good. It's kind of funny. As soon as we jump in the hole, they're like, "We give up."
Incompetence! The Guardian has escaped! Leave this pathetic kingdom to the humans and return to our refuge immediately!
It's a very hasty retreat, considering I just dropped down a small hatch into a room within the same town. You know, it's not like I warped into a whole different dimension, or didn't even seem like anyone came to look that hard because I was just dropping into the hole. It's like, that's it. We give up. That's all we're gonna do. Just not trying anymore. Right. So we are back. Looks like business as usual. Glenn gonna give us credit. They don't probably even know what happened. You there?
May the gods be with you.
Appreciate it. Alright, well, first thing, let's go to blacksmith and repair stuff and sell stuff. Okay. Not there. Okay, over here. Wrong door. Oh wait, no. That should have been the correct door, that's odd. I heard the sounds of metalwork. Hey, I need your help. Definitely could use that help now. Maybe it'll open up after something. Okay, let's go up here. being summoned to the castle first and foremost. Just gonna check something in there. One thing I want to play with is trying pickpocketing sometimes. It seems like we have a skill. If we can figure out a way into this, or how to get someone just, a certain item that we couldn't get otherwise. Bet you Alicia would be a good target, or she was always kind of rude. Not that she deserves to have things stolen from her for that, but if there was anyone in this town to be an example, I'd like to try there. See what happens. Alright, so we're going to have a cutscene. Maybe, now that we have both of these special items. There.
Many thanks, Al-Shagar. You have saved the kingdom. We shall be eternally grateful to you.
I have destroyed the meteor in the temple of Akbar.
I am afraid that this will not be enough to stop
rain
Akbar
on the
from
brain.
coming to Arx.
But that is impossible. That meteor was his energy channel.
What you have done was indispensable in weakening Akbar. But according to my estimations, Akbar has had time to gather enough energy to attempt to incarnate here on Arx. I believe Acerbius has a secret den where he is preparing to invoke Akbar
Secret den.
and offer his body as vessel for the incarnation.
How can we prevent this from happening?
We can't. The only way would have been to kill him before this fusion took place.
Oh, now you tell
It
us.
will take him some time to channel the immense energy of Akbar, but during this process, he will be immune to most weapons. You will need the most powerful of all the eldritch weapons in existence to confront this abomination and destroy the link between
Major.
Acerbius and Akbar.
Where can I find this weapon?
I'm afraid no such weapon exists.
Oh, great.
You must have one forged for this specific purpose. There is a book called The Theory of the Ultimate Weapon, which explains how to create such a weapon.
Okay.
You will need it.
I will act as quickly as possible.
This guy Felnor is always
You
making
must make
mistakes.
use of this legendary weapon, Guardian.
Each time we do something, he's like, yeah, but I didn't think it was going to work, even though I told you
Time
to
is
do it.
against us, Al-Shagar.
Okay. Okay, let's see this. Can we go to the blacksmith now? Oh. That's all I really care about at this moment, because trying to fix stuff may not... Did I get level, by the way? Let's see here. No. Bummer. I think we would get... Well, we're getting closer, but I think we'd be even closer after just having all those encounters. Probably wouldn't hurt to go check on the rebels too before we proceed much further. Maybe they have some hints on where the book is. So it seems like that's the only other human sort of civilization right now. Alright, so let's see. Can I please go to blacksmith? Hopefully. Oh, good. I'm glad, because that would have been quite an undertaking to fix these things without much training. How much is this worth? You'll buy it. Ooh, that's It's pretty good. It'll pay for some repairs at least. Bless you. Okay. Should we drop these rings off? Would I even wear that ring? Cursed ring. You give it to someone if you don't like them. You know? Okay, let's see.
Not now.
What?
As good as new.
Why'd you say not now? It's odd. Change your mind.
Oh well.
What? I don't know why you're making such statements. Let's see here. Okay.
As good as new.
There we go. Good as
Good as new.
Good as new?
As good as new.
How about this one?
As good as new.
Oh, the shield. I need to repair the shield.
I'll do that later.
No, do it now.
As good as new.
Alright. So we go back. Here, how much these are worth. Let's start picking up random swords on the ground. So, bless you, cover your mouth. Let's see. Oh, let me just put it in one of these, I guess. Go that one there. 292, that's pretty good. Remember that. Pick those up and sell them.
Yep.
There's quite a few around the town, it seems. Let's go ahead and see. Alright. So, looks like we're finished with this section. We have to go now just to see about this book to make the ultimate weapon. It's kind of vague where that may be, but you know, at least we can go check out those rebels. That seems like a good place to start.
Must have been that.
Oh well.
Okay, well that's how the steel thing works. Well, let's sell this and then be done with it. Is there another one over here? I thought there might be one from when we killed that first one. Over here somewhere. Maybe. Maybe not. Okay. Alright, so next destination I think would be that rebel camp, just to see if they have anything to enlighten us. I'm going to take a short break in just a moment. Get up and stretch, a little water. Still don't know what that saber is all about, but I guess we'll find out too soon. Bless you, come on.
Must have been that.
Okay. Just want to check one more thing to see if there's anything to do with the book or something with that banker, you know, because we still need to find that book for the Troll King. I hope that we still have an opportunity to do that. Okay, let's pick that up. 300 bucks as well. Can't use it there. maybe at some point we'll be proficient enough to take a lock here.
It's too complicated for me.
Yep. At least for now. Excuse me. I'm not doing anything weird, of course. Maybe I should put more points in pick lock just to... It seems like we've missed out on a few things that may or may not have a key involved. Okay. Go ahead and sell this other sword and then just teleport on out. Take a short break and then we'll see about getting to the rebel area. Right here. Sell you another sword I found on the ground. Go. Now we'll teleport out.
Oops.
But alright, let's see here. I think it was level 4. Robin Kingdom. Actually, no, not quite there. Look here. I don't know where level 4 is. That's interesting. We haven't found the portal for presumably level 4. Have to keep an eye out for it because I feel like we should have seen that already. Okay. Go ahead and save it. The ultimate weapon. There it is. Alright. So I will go ahead and take a brief pause here and be back in just a few. Thank you for joining me, by the way. I hope you're enjoying the progress we're making so far. Hopefully we'll make a bit more before we call it an evening, but yeah, I'll be back shortly. get back to it. Alright, so definitely gotta go up here. Just make our way out to the floor above. Hopefully not much has changed here. Don't expect it to be too different from what we've already been through. Could change. Let's check these chests while we're in the area. I just remembered about these two chests that had all the scrolls and stuff. See if there's anything else useful, interesting. Well, that's definitely helpful. Good. Okay, that was worthwhile. As well. Technically that is 5, so six uses, so since we don't pick locks a lot, we can always come back here, I think, get some more if needed. We'll have to invest more points into that skill next time. Next time we gain a level. I don't think there was anywhere to go here. Right, so we just need to go up a level, not down. This just takes us down there. Maybe while we're up there we can find the teleporter. Okay, I think this will take us to upstairs. Maybe. Oh yeah, this is the blocked up one. Okay, never mind. This way. Let's take a look over here. Hey there. Sounds tasty, whatever you're chewing on. Is this up? Ah, good. There's. Why it always highlights that thing. You would think it would highlight that first, because that's the appropriate key. See what's going on in the rebel base. Hopefully things are under control there and they didn't get attacked. Perhaps we'll find more information about that book since they helped us with the Krahas. Doing okay here. Let's see. No illicits here. Oh yeah, hard to tell. Oh, there you go. That's humans. Hi there.
Hey!
Huh.
Hey!
Hey. Alright. Well, at least they're alive. That's good. Sounds like nothing bad happened here. Like I said, I'm hoping to find some information about that
Good day to you.
book. Same to you. Let's meet with Aaliyah. She's probably the main one we would talk to anyway. Yeah.
What should I do?
I can't tell you. It's for you to decide. I or something. I don't know if I want to give that to her. Let me save it first, just in case she takes it and it's the game over method. I don't know. Maybe I'll change the story. Give her the special artifacts.
Thank you for doing this for us, Shigar. You know, I've come to value your counsel greatly. Please, stay here with me a moment.
Whoa.
Where are you going,
Whoa.
Shigar? Are you unhappy with me? I know how important your quest is, but I'm going to make sure you stay here with me.
Wow. Whoa, that's a twist.
Where are you going, Shigar?
Okay.
Are you unhappy with me? I know how important your quest is, but go, Shigar, and please, take good care of yourself.
What even happened there? Oh, I gave her the... Yeah, this is probably not the right thing to do.
Rainbows and so hard together. This is an object of incredible power. Far more powerful
That's kinda
than
cool that it's
Krauhaus
giving
on
you
its
a-
own. The last time these two objects were brought together, it was by the hand of my grandfather, King Paxelis. As for the shield of the ancients, we no longer need it. Take it as a token of our thanks.
Wow. That's crazy. So you can actually continue, like,
What should I do?
that's wild, really. Like, I had no idea that would happen. That's interesting, because, you know, obviously it's your responsibility, so can you just, like, is this the end of the game if you're just like, oh, I'm good, because they're gone out of your inventory, but you get the shield back. Can I take them back from you? Like, can I pickpocket you? No. Wow. Yeah, so it's a bad outcome, it seems like. Okay, so we're not gonna do that. Oops. I just saved it over that last game. I meant to load it, but that's okay, we're not too far back, so we can reload the previous one. That'd be a real bummer if I only had one save and I just saved over it with that outcome. That would basically be almost like a restart scenario, it seemed. Load. There we go. Let's swing it back just a little bit, but that's okay. That was interesting to see, like, sort of an alternate outcome if you give her these two artifacts, which are meant for you and only you to carry because you're the guardian. But I guess it shows, like, the corruption, and then you get the shield back, and it's like, wow, thanks. Very interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder how much farther you could progress, or if it would just, I don't know, if there'd be some other scenario that happens, like, actually, like, that's pretty interesting to consider. You can sort of alter the story by giving away your, imagine there's other characters you can give it away to as well. You're not taking responsibility or something, just choose to let it go. It's pretty cool that it lets you keep going though, like that. this is that back door, yeah. Which is a crypt, I believe. It's cool that there's a shortcut into there as well. Okay, those were the Earth clan. I don't remember exactly where the treasures were again. Not over here. Not there. This is back to, okay, that's the teleporter. Good. So I have to follow the corpses again to get back to where the, I believe that's where the treasure chests are. Yeah, that's, okay, yep, that's where we want to be, at least for the moment. So it doesn't seem like going back there really made a difference. Entering the Rebels base area. We take one. Take the one that was already partially used. Take the potions from there. Let's go ahead and save it properly this time. So we definitely don't want that save game with both of the Krahaz and Zohark out of our inventory. Although maybe it doesn't even make a difference. So maybe we don't use them anymore since we already used it to disable that meteor fragment, the cult. It's kind of abrupt that it went to like a romantic scene, you know, like, and then it had like a twist, and you know, where she turned evil in one, and then replayed it, and it's like, go on your journey. And it implied that you had relations with her, just for giving her the one item, and then the second one, it just kind of comments on it, and then you're on your way. So very interesting. I'll have to look that up sometime to see if you can, if there's a purpose to that, like if you actually can, it changes the outcome or what. So that would be kind of a funny, wait. Yeah, I guess it's probably worth passing through here anyway. Okay, where's that? Go through the other side at least. But yeah, that was pretty interesting to see that they have a whole couple cutscenes full of material there to explain what happens if Amshagar gives over the those two pieces, or well, first one. I wonder what happens if you give the other one first, if it changes anything. Anyway, let's get out of here. Doesn't seem like there's anything more here. Alright, let's see. We should have just pulled up that thing immediately because that's the actual key for it, but wonder if it's possible too many keys on a key ring, because that And if that gets to be a problem later in the game, it's definitely something I want to keep in mind when I get that key and we go into those mines to make sure we don't trigger the wrong event. You know, no event when the door doesn't open. Who's this guy? Are you a friend or foe?
He is that.
Oh.
You is dead meat, human!
Okay.
Come back, fight!
Alright. It's kind of funny how their whole body turns green, but guess we're not friends with the job is. I still have the note, right? Yeah. Maybe they've finally realized I'm not a gem trader. Oh well. I really think there was anywhere else down in this area.
Me hear something. Oi, you foul! Here!
Ah, alright. Metal shield, huh? That's okay. Well, let's see, that's a what? +3. It's okay, but you lost your head. What a shame. Always take those, yes, indeed. Glad we came this way. That's a nice find on random goblins. So at least we know things are sort of spawning differently as we go. It's not always just rats or something. It's actually changing. I wonder if any of those other doors that we came across before have opened. Let's see. We'll find out. Let's see here. Who are these guys?
Get away. There'll be nothing but trouble for you here.
Okay. Not sure what your deal is over here. I mean, I guess it's weird that I approach them with my sword out, but let's see, maybe I'll put it away and see what happens there. If I can approach them, if they just become hostile, or who knows what. There.
Get away. There'll be nothing but trouble for you here.
There doesn't seem to be anything around there, so I don't know. See where this goes, if this takes us anywhere interesting. Can't remember exactly where this path went. Might be exactly where we came from, just on a different side, which wouldn't necessarily be a bad thing. Alright, okay. Now we know where we are. Wow. Uncooked ribs. Not surprised there. Let's see what we got. Is there another rat man back here? going on that. So I do remember there was a lever back here that we couldn't really get in previously. I don't even know how to open it, honestly. Really?
It's impossible.
Wow, okay. Now we can poison them. I don't mind fighting more stuff either. It's fun, and the more experience, the better. Oh. At least there seems to be some monsters coming back. I wonder what finds sort of make that pathway open up. I didn't see any other levers or thing to unlock the lever into that wall. Guess it's gotta be around here somewhere. Guess it could look like anything, really, but maybe it's having to use that reveal spell again. Okay, then move it this way. Yep, it's up there. So I don't see any other levers. But there could be one somewhere around. Still haven't messed with the potions. I guess I should try that. I didn't really needed to, but in terms of making them, I mean, checked up here before. I think there was kind of a lever. Torches, good on that. Must be somewhere else then. It's too much to ask. Oh, we can actually go down the ladder too. That's pretty cool. A lot of games like this made it really hard to go down ladders, but that seemed fairly straightforward. This is fern in the midair. All right. That's cool. Keep my eyes open for any type of lever. Here. Oh. What's that? Is there a rat man? Who's that? Oh. Just came out of nowhere there. See? Okay, poisoned and dead. Anything? Levers here. I don't see anything. It almost looks like something you can climb. Kind of went up the wall a little bit there. I wonder if you're supposed to climb this a little bit or something. I don't know what's going on there. It's interesting. So can you climb up these little grooves? It almost looks like you can. Not very accurately, so don't mess with that too much. Let's check the other side. Here, different. We already saw this where it connects to the Order of Adurnium. I don't really notice anything else. Huh. We already checked that here. If there's anything, didn't see anything on the ground. Back there, nope. Notice, let's see, right here. No. Maybe there isn't anything right now. I'll just come to it later. Just pass through here once more. Don't see anything. That's too bad. You. Of course, I certainly be missing something. It's easy to do, but so far I think we're all right. I can just go back to this other opening here. Just going back around to some areas we've been to already would be a good idea to just see if there's any side events that are new. Let's go this way. Here. See where this takes us. Definitely, I don't mind browsing around in the game. You know, it's fun to just go back and, you know, it's actually fun to come back. Okay, it just takes you back down there. Okay. Just to go around and do some exploration. Backtracking's not always such a bad thing. I guess it's a staple in a lot of games like Metroid and all that, more recent ones anyways. So. Cool if they did maybe put this on Game Pass or something, you know, since if I remember correctly, like Microsoft owns Arcane Studios, right? So I could be wrong there, but I thought that they were part of that Bethesda when they acquired Bethesda, but maybe they're sort of on their own. Be pretty sweet if they would just bring this out. It seems like they would have the rights to it if they own the studio, but then again, it was, you know, what, almost 20 years ago that this came out, so I imagine things could be in different hands at this point. But it's Microsoft, right? They could make it happen if they really wanted to. Right. Here's our friend Gru. got a birthday present. Gave him one, and then he gave us one back. This troll necklace is extremely helpful. Let's see what this book says. It reads. Can't take that. He's writing his own book. Unfortunately, it doesn't let us read it without taking it first, so it's too bad. But we gave it back. Alright, so let's... Alright, that's always a good sign when you hear screaming on the way in. Might as well get a weapon ready. Ready down here. Door open somewhere. Those ambient sounds are so good. Even if they don't mean anything, because I don't think anybody actually is still here, but I could be wrong. Always good to be ready. Some of this stuff I think is like on a loop in a way, so it's not necessarily a real-time event, but it's still pretty creepy. Yeah, so we'll go ahead and this one takes us like back into the Yellow Temple, like a side exit, but I want to go this way. I think this is the right way I want to go. So I think there's one spot we haven't returned to at all, which is that area that kind of was behind the troll region, I guess you would say. Where we fought that first giant spider, and that led us to the city of Arx eventually, so I'm wondering if that's a place to revisit. So maybe if we just go back to Arx, I will go to the tavern since we're near there. Stop there and see if anyone has anything interesting to say.
Nice little spot, don't you think?
Sure. Do I have a key for this at this point? No. See if anyone inside the tavern has any new information with checking out. Let's see here. How about you?
Me not like Akbar. He's very cute, that one.
Come back and see me once in a while.
Oh, look, the
Is that an issue?
person with the table's not here.
Stupid.
What happened here? Can't even put it down nicely. Okay. Why not? Look at that. Whoa.
Chicken.
Sir?
Okay, not much has changed here. Can we play this game without the guy here? No. Same result, so I guess he wasn't rigging it before. Alright. So yeah, we can go back to the city of Arx, roundabout way, make our way into, because I know how to get there from the city of Arx, just kind of pass through that area, see if there's anything different or interesting. See, not much has changed here. Guess they really abandoned that place for good. It seems like there's nothing to do in there. We don't have a key for those chests back there, but maybe we'll come across that too. Right? Stairs. There aren't stairs. So hopefully going that way will provide us a little information. But if not, we do know where we can go, which is into the sewers, where the Ratmen were, and into the mines. Maybe that's the next area now, and I'm hoping everything will work fine there. I wonder what happens if you try to give the Krahaz or Zohar to the king. Could be interesting. I just went past that area. Maybe I'll mess with that later on. Oh goodness. Please move aside. Okay, so it's over here. This should take us into that underground area I'm thinking about. But yeah, I wonder if like there's certain characters you can give it to, or maybe all of them, and it has its own little story. I assume you're supposed to keep them, but I could be wrong. Maybe there's even different endings. I don't even know. That'd be kind of neat, but that means they do have tons of different endings. If each character had its own sort of. Oh, whoa, hey, Snake Woman, hello, how are you doing? You friendly? Hey. Okay.
You will regret your act.
Whoa, I just... Okay, whoa. What did I do? I just said hello. Thought we were friends. Oh boy. Oh goodness. Are you gonna... Take a lot of hits, lady. Oh. Fully within. Goodness. Wow. Must be hurt or re-hurt. Boy. Maybe I should do a harm spell. Oh no. Uh-oh. Let's do the harm spell too. Alright, so you got reinforcements. I need some reinforcements too.
Still hush. Still
Right. Down, right, up. Right, down, right. Did they leave? Oh, okay. Oh, wait, no, they didn't. There you are. Okay. Oh, harm is quite good for a lot of occasions. Okay, this paper. Oh, you saw that? Let's see what that paper was real quick. See you in the casino. Oh, that was from before. Okay. This one. No. Guardian's about to provide a new queen to Zalnesh and her followers. Stop him at any cost. Uh-oh. Okay, so I guess there's some rogue snake women to know.
Still hush. Still shine.
Yeah, wow, that's quick. If you keep them in range, that's cool. Okay. Alright, so there's a couple rogue snake women. That's good to know, I guess. Seems worthwhile to come back here for some of that. Saw some diamonds I could mine. Right down, up, oops. Right, down, where's it? Oops, wrong one. Right, down, right up. There we go. Should know that. Okay, that's where we came from. Right. So definitely good to explore all this again, just to make sure. Maybe we'll come across another one that has a note or something. Nothing left there. Good. Oops. Take off the armor. It was not at all what I wanted to do there. Let's put that back on. Okay, there's maybe there'll be some more along the way. Here. Oh, there's one. There's one. Right. So I suppose we could go back to the town also, since this connects to Arx. Sell it. See if there's anything else we missed. Goes back to Arx. Oh, there's something there. That's good. Take that with us. Okay. Oh, there's one more. Okay, good. We got a few of those. That's a little bit extra money. One more. All right. Okay. All right. So we got like 5, 6 of those. Oh, who's here? Are you looking for some food? time for food. Go back up the stairs and hello, King Cow. Hope you are doing well. Found some very powerful enemies, but at least one spell I have is supposed to deflect their attacks and give us a chance, even though we still have a chance of dying. But it works out. Something like that, yeah. Now we're back to the town. This town earlier was overrun with Ilcids, which had carried these big swords and had crazy armor, and used a lot of magic to run real fast and do extra damage, and basically everything that we couldn't pass normally. So I had to learn about this harm spell that puts up a barrier that every time they run into it, they get hurt. So the fact that they're faster, they get hurt, but they still have a lot of health. So it was fun. I'm sure we'll find more of them. And I have both these items now, the Krahaz and Zohark, and we disabled the meteor fragment, but then we learned that that wasn't the answer. That Felnor guy sort of, like before, was like, I didn't think it would work, but I told you to do it anyway. So yeah, that didn't work, so now we have to do other things. We have to learn about, they said we have to use the ultimate weapon now, because the return of this god is imminent, even though we did everything we were tasked to do. So even though it's coming back, there's an ultimate weapon, but no one's ever made the ultimate weapon, so we have to find a book about the ultimate weapon. And that's kind of where we are, so go figure. I was curious because I was able to combine these god fragments, the Krahaz and Zohark, with Aaliyah, the leader of the rebels, so I can't do it with him. So it must be certain characters. Okay, yeah, we'll see about that. See how it goes, but yeah, I gave those items to the lady just because it was strange. I normally couldn't combine them with anyone, and there was some really interesting cutscenes, so either it's meant to be or it's like an alternate ending. I'm not sure. I have to learn more about it, because giving one item played a cutscene where she turned into like a serpent after you mated with her, and then it replayed that same cutscene, but she didn't turn into a demon or whatever. So I really didn't know what was going on there, if that was meant to be. So I didn't really save it after that, because it was sort of a random activity that I did. But I guess maybe that's meant to be, since she's like in line to take the throne someday, being the secret daughter of the king. I don't know. It's a lot to process, it seems. No, the lady was the rebel lady that was down down below that took me captive earlier, and I got the shield for. I don't know if you saw that part, but it was the daughter of this king, so she was a human, but she turned into like a demon kind of looking being for a moment. See, I can't give it to him either, so maybe I'm supposed to give those to her. But it's very, the relationship goes really quickly. Like I gave her one of the items, and then there was a implied mating sequence. And yeah, that was it. And then I gave her the other one, and there wasn't a cutscene. Oh, see, I could give it to him too. So I wonder if this is like, kind of like with her, if it's like alternate paths or something, because very few people it seems like you can combine these with. So I'm gonna save it. Oops, dang it! I just loaded the saving. Why did I do that? Ugh. Jumbled brain today. That's okay. I keep not pushing down quite as many times, or one time too many. Okay. Yeah, I guess I have to go back. Oops, oh well. It's not that bad. Mostly been putzing around anyways. Sorry for the retread here, but it actually seems to pay off. So yeah, what happened was I went back to that underground area that led to the city of Arx, just to kind of go back through previous areas, make sure I didn't miss anything, and all that kind of stuff. So that's sort of how I got to where I was. So I just have to head back there and take them out one more time, and that'll be that. Yeah, I want to. Uh-oh.
What you doing? Attack!
Uh-oh.
Stay here! Fight!
See, that's the harm spell. It's like, I think maybe you could call it overpowered. I mean, the goblins are not strong, but you basically have to have this to fight those wind things, because even with this shield thing up, they take like a ton of hits. Oh, I didn't activate this one. That's bizarre. Alright, well, let's do that. Up, left, down, right, up. There we go. That's strange, I hadn't activated it before. I guess I did see this one, but I didn't know how to get up here, so. Alright, see, a retread sometimes does pay off. Like, if you saw those other creatures, you wouldn't feel it's overpowered. Like, with all the other stuff, maybe. At least that we fought so far, but like... those things, like, even with this up and me hitting them once in a while, my health goes down to like a quarter or less. And... yeah, it's bad news. So, let's see here. Let's turn this off. So you have to have it, basically, for those enemies. I think there was a door, if I remember right, a door. This is one of those random places we saw earlier on. Oh, okay, take that. Oops. I don't know, I mean, is it? I would think that, you know, certain things, like, you get a certain item in a game, like, and it just wipes everything out, but it really doesn't, because all these other things, like, we can already fight pretty easily, so I guess you could argue it's not overpowered in a sense, because you can still die, but especially if you had to fight two of those things at once, you would not make it, at least not currently. Dispel field, let's do that. Left, down, right, up.
I do not yet have the skills to do that.
Aw. So this is something that I can't. Still not. Did I gain a level yet? No, darn. Getting closer. Okay, so this still exists, this field down here. I was wondering if I could break that yet, but I cannot. Alright, let's get out of here. I don't think there was much more. This is just a... I feel like there should be a magic you cast there, and is this still locked? I Still can't go in here either from very early on in the game, so that's pretty intense. Maybe I can do this now?
I think I've damaged my tools.
Well, that's a new line. He's very calm about it. I think I've damaged my tools. Guess there's no reason in getting upset, but sometimes you gotta get mad to get results. I don't know. This character's been very calm throughout the whole experience, despite having amnesia, and then being found out that he's the guardian of light. Stayed fairly calm in the face of all types of transgressions and troubles. I guess that's an ideal to strive for. We're supposed to be guarding the realm from invasion of gods. That's from what I understand. Like the guardian serves as the one who stops when the god starts getting too powerful, like from being able to cross over from the god realm or the Nodin. Okay, we've been here in this area pretty well. Still don't have a key for this one either.
Locked.
Try it again.
It's too complicated for me.
I guess we all feed the system in some way, so maybe we're all part of the same toolbox, just different shapes. Just went the wrong way. Nope. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, I think that pathway is up above us. We already did all that. So we just gotta leave this area. Okay. The wheel, yeah. It's kind of a cycle of sorts, right? And that goes back to the rebel people. I don't think there's anything down here that we need to deal with, but why not give it a try? Let's see what's up here. We already went this way. Should have a key for this, right? Yeah, it's definitely got a lot of vibes. There's more interactivity, you know, and like an actual story instead of just, you know, run around and kill things until they respawn and get new equipment. That, I guess, to me, that type of game more like reminded me of like Diablo, where it's more focused on leveling and getting the items. But I guess that's all MMOs, right? Uh-oh. Oh boy. Okay. Let's see. Let's do. That's a mummy. Where did incinerate go? Here we go. So, right, up, down, right, up.
Come closer.
All right. So we're back in the crypt, which is actually not a bad place to be because it kind of is closer to where I want to be. However, we can't do the thing with this guy yet. I mean, we can turn him into a human, but it doesn't last. There's some other stuff we need to get first, from what I understand. Oh, here again. Right, up, down, right, up. There's mummies here now. These weren't here before. Oh, you're not dead, huh? Okay. Oh no. Uh-oh. Okay. Anyway, we'll go back up here and go to that area I was thinking of, and then I think after I vanquish the two snake women down there, I will save it and call it a night. I think it's a little after 9. It's just over 2 hours, but yeah, we had some good progress. We're now actually, you know what I'll do is I'll go back to the king and give him the Krahaz and Zohar and see what the story does, because it seems like he and the daughter are the only ones so far that we can actually take it. So I guess that tells me there's, depending on who you choose to have them, or maybe you give one each for a balanced outcome. I don't know, maybe there's different endings based on who you give the stone to. I do like that though, they have so many deeper connections, and like, I don't know if you saw a little earlier, but after we defeated got to the jail where the king was supposedly held when the city of Arx was under assault from those Ilsids, we were about to be attacked by one of them in a cutscene, and one that looked just like him had killed that one that was about to kill us, and it turned out to be Koltar, which is the person who was in the prison cell next to us at the very beginning of the game. So we hadn't really seen him since the beginning, and he saved our life and helped us escape. So it's kind of cool that they brought back that character. I was wondering if they would, mention him again, and he played a major role. So before this, I'm gonna save it instead of load it. Save. Good job. Okay. So I want to see if anything changes here, because Koltar, I guess maybe that could be his name, but he turned out to be, it was cool because he sort of like, we asked him why he joined the army of the Ilsids and Akba, and he's like, I just got out of jail. And so it's like, I guess that, I wouldn't be, if I needed some work, and he also didn't drink their Kool-Aid, so he didn't turn out to be stuck on their evil ways, so that's why he ended up helping me. So let's see.
You must create this legendary weapon, Shagar.
Okay. So let me see what happens if I give him this, because like I said, I'll have to go back and do that cutscene again with his daughter later, but I want to see what happens here.
Finally, Krahaz is returned to us. Many thanks for your honesty and devotion, Shagar.
Does he take it?
Bear it to the sisters of Eternium immediately. They will be delighted to get their prized possession back, and they will no longer bother me about it. The kingdom of Arx will never forget your courage.
Yeah, although do goblins keep the same records that would humans have the ability to look up goblin prison records and be like, oh, we're in a goblin prison, you're extra. I want to see what he does when I give him this one. Oh, I can't even give it to him. Okay, so that's different. Okay, so maybe
Finally, Krahaz is returned.
So he didn't take it. So when I give it to the daughter, she took both of them eventually, and I couldn't get him back. So maybe the choice comes down to, because he said to take it to the Sisters of the Eternium, which is the snake women. Yeah, although the daughter doesn't want to be involved, and the king seems like he's under the sort of control of the snake women, because they threatened him earlier in the storyline. Earlier the snake women came and threatened him, like we want the Krahaz, and he was like, no, I don't have it, and these rebels took it, and it turns out the daughter was the rebels all along, and so it seems like he's on the side of the snake women and they want it, whereas I can give it to the daughter directly because she's the rightful, heir, I guess. So maybe that's what the story comes down to. I'll have to see how it goes. I can steal from people now, and that's pretty cool. I haven't really messed with it, but it's an option. Stealing is certainly not a good plan. Actually, you know what? I'm not as tired as I thought. Watch, I can go up to her and just push back button and try to steal. So far, it seems like pretty straightforward, but it's like back button. It's kind of awkward for that. So I don't know if that's the best plan, but what I will do is at least clear this out and go back to where the daughter is to show what happens there, and of course save it beforehand. My kitty wants his wet food for the night, so I'm going to go do that real quick. So yeah, I will be right back, and I think I'll play, probably, actually I feel like I could do another half hour or so, so I think we could do that. I just need to take a little break again. I like to at least have a stretch and water break and all that. Each hour, so let me go bring some food to this boy. Here, hello, you want to come say hi real quick? There's a big boy. It's time for dinner. Time for dinner. He's purring. I don't know if that comes up on the mic. It's not that high quality. You're gonna have to purr louder, sir. Okay. Get your food. All right. Be right back. is fed. Had some water, moved around a little bit. Good stuff. Alright, so we're going to go back into this cave and see if we can take out anything that may be in the way. There should be 2 snake women here. And they're no match for harm, so we'll do that. Let's see, what's that? Down, right, up.
Sisters.
Oh. Hey, where'd you go? Come back here.
Eternium.
At least I can see her body, so to speak. Where'd you go? Oh, there you are. Okay. Piece of paper. Yep, we saw this piece of paper, which was interesting to find. They want us, some of these snake women want us dead now, so we have enemies in the snake women. Unfortunately. At least they're not super difficult, even without this shield on. It's not really a shield, it's a, I don't know what the equivalent would be, but definitely a barrier that causes damage. Come back here. Oh, rat got the way. Yeah, well, some of them are nice still. You know, I guess probably the librarian in our castle is nice. Oh, I should go visit her again. It's been a while since we visited the librarian. There you are. Alright, so gives us a good reason to go back to the castle, I guess. Still have a couple things I could sell too, so it's worthwhile. Nobody's in a hurry, right? With this game. I'm hoping that the, well, that goes back down, we can do that later. I'm hoping now that we have both these artifacts that I can safely travel through that. Yeah, she could. Safely travel through that region. You know, that in that dwarf mine that had that door that wouldn't open. I'm hoping that maybe now that we move the story forward more, that won't happen. But we'll just have to wait and see. I actually found, I don't really use Reddit much, but I found like a founder of Arcane Studios that was there through the Dishonored games, I think, too. I found him on there that he had posted a thank you message to fans of this game like last year at some point, which was kind of cool to see that he acknowledged that, you know, there's fans of it. And I don't really know how to use all the features. I was trying to send him a message, but he doesn't accept messages because I was going to ask if he has any tips, you know, like as a bug, you know, like maybe he remembers a bug from when he worked there like all those years ago, and he's like, oh yeah, do this and go here, because it's not PC one, so you can't patch it. I don't know. It's not like I know anyone really that I could reach directly out to in the field that I'm aware of anyway. So. The people I still have contact with that were friends from Midway are not really in video games anymore. Like, I don't know if that makes sense, but it's like most of them have moved into different areas. Yeah, well, that's one of the things I was mentioning earlier too that I thought was interesting. Like maybe does this game get a remake? I mean, it's not on Games Pass. It's not backwards compatible at all with anything. Public, man. I mean, I saw that I could start a chat with him, Mr. Conqueror, but like I wasn't sure how the chat function works on there. Like, because I only just opened an account basically for that purpose. Maybe you have to like have more experience to start a chat with someone, or they have to accept it first. I don't know how it works, but yeah, I guess that's one thing I could do. It just being part of the Xbox One, people would just be like, get the Steam one because it's patched, you know. Maybe not, but I just wanted to play this one for now. Oh, that goes back to the Alright, so I think we pretty much cleared this out. But yeah, to that point, King Cow, it seems if they're under Bethesda, which Microsoft now owns, like unless there's certain rights that belong to someone else, like if like maybe with that co-creator of Bethesda, since he's in a different company, maybe it's not as simple as just, oh, they made this game in 2002 or 3, depending on which platform. But you know, is it going to be one of those things where they're like, we don't have all the rights to it, and so that's why it hasn't come out, or just maybe no one thought about it. I don't know. It's kind of an obscure game, so I don't know. I would love to see them do a remake or remaster, whatever that is. I could use like the more current like engine, or I don't know what that would actually, that's back downstairs, I believe. Yeah. You know, use a more current engine and just like redo some of the systems, you know, so it plays more like Dishonored. I don't know. I guess it would depend on how much value they thought it would be for a game that's sort of on the obscure side. There's the stairs. Oop, not there. Let's go all the way up here and around. To our left. That's right. It's always in this little crevice right here. You can see how long the spell lasts too. I need to, thankfully when you go into town it disables it, because I think if you run through town with harm on, you start wasting everybody in the town, which is probably a bad look. Okay. So I could go back into the castle and drop some things off, because I really don't want to take more than necessary. There's still quite a few rings, I think, probably are not worth carrying, but just going to drop off a few more items. There's another sword laying around. You think someone else would pick it up? It's worth almost 300 gold, so. Psst. What are you doing? What are you doing there? Playing with the ball? You're playing a little bit, okay? Very soon. 15 minutes. I think that'll be roughly about half an hour from when I first sat down. Okay. Go back to the room. Drop off a couple things. was another note about that Oliver quest or whatever. Let me see here. Oh, well, yeah. I'm glad it was picked up. Just trying to make sure I don't have any other friends. Don't need that. It's just easier to throw all the letters on the piece of paper on the bed instead of trying to fit in the chest, because they all take one slot regardless. It's weird. Okay, that was earlier. Sort of weird.
Far too quiet. I don't like it.
Okay, it's no longer relevant. Don't really need that. It's more like a threat. We don't need to carry a threat around. It's kind of messed up. Okay. Sell some of those. Okay, that's good. It's so hard to figure out how to do a cat cam. Like, he chills out in so many different areas, so it's like that would just be so hard to anticipate, you know, and keep it like organic, you know, like. So I would hate to like have to attach a GoPro to him, or maybe you could put a harness that you could what would it be, like a harness that has a place to put a selfie stick, so he can walk around with his own selfie stick. I don't know, that would be just too crazy, too much. Not to mention, he probably would not move if that was even on him. He doesn't even like to be in a regular harness. I've seen there's videos, I think, on like YouTube or something like that, where people put you know, cameras or some kind of something that the pet wears in their collar, and then they run around, you know, filming it. I think there's actually videos like that. I don't know if it's exactly a GoPro, but it's some kind of little camera. It's just too much. I imagine since I mentioned it, someone's already made it. If you know, it's pretty much whatever you can think of. There's probably someone that made it. So I don't know how functional it would be, but there's probably a pet version. Maybe not just for cats, but like for dogs as well. They can put a harness that holds it. I mean, it seems like outlandish, but I guess you could say the same about selfie sticks in general. So I don't know. It's one of those. Is it a bad idea if someone uses it? Don't know. Okay, let's go to the shop. We don't really need to go to the blacksmith. Shop, sell some stuff, and save it for sure. I'm glad we also went back because I activated that fourth portal, so there's only a, what, I guess level 8, the dwarf level, which we wouldn't have activated because we're not there yet. Okay, alright. Let's see. Get rid of these. That. I guess we can hold on to these for now. That's not a big deal. I don't know if that's worth keeping, but it doesn't seem like it. Okay. I feel tired. That's great. Take a nap. Close early. No one else shops there but me, so. Still haven't learned what that book is for. That. And, keep these because we don't have that spell yet. Right. I think that's good.
I'm sure I've forgotten something.
No one really wonders aloud in these games. Out loud, aloud. What you say. But either way, it's just like people complain openly. Like usually the guard will want a pay raise or something. It's like I can't speak for you, so I don't know. Let me go ahead and save it. Save. So now we have to find this ultimate weapon, or the book about the ultimate weapon. I'm not sure what level I'm supposed to go to for that. I guess it's going to be the dwarf level, so that'll be interesting to see if everything works accordingly there. I'll definitely be saving it multiple times before. I'm wondering if like my keyring is in a way like partially responsible. Like I have too many keys on it, so it like glitches in some way. I really don't know. Can't really put a finger on it necessarily, but I feel like that could be part of the issue at least. So I feel like I've come across a couple instances where the keyring doesn't combine with the key, even though that key is on the ring. So we'll have to experiment with that for sure. Yeah, I think that's our next place to go. We'll be back to the dwarf area because nothing else really level-wise we've got through pretty much everything. There's a few odds and ends to go back to, I think. You know, hopefully we can at some point, because I don't have keys for all the doors and a couple moments like that, but otherwise it should be accessible. As far as like the level overall, items we need. Alright, so we gotta find the tunnel. Everything should be taken out down here, as far as I go. Okay, let's see. Don't think this is the way. I think this is the... Oh wait, yeah, yes. So I'm just going to get to the end here where it joins with the level 8 and save it there, and then next time we'll keep our fingers crossed that we can proceed. Yeah, so level 8 right there. So go ahead and save it on a new slot, just in case we have another strange situation. And hopefully now that we have both those items, we'll be okay. As far as passing through that section with the door, but besides that, other than little side quests, you know, that I don't know that we could do right now anyhow, I feel like this is where we need to be, so I definitely will keep my fingers crossed that we can continue progressing, because I definitely want to see this game through to the end. But yeah, for now I think I'm going to call it, as I mentioned. play with my kitty for a bit, and he's been knocking the ball around here and there, so it means time to play. I don't want to neglect him for sure. And where we're at, 2 hours 40 minutes. I think that's definitely one of my longer ones anyway. So I'm glad that we made the progress we did, which is pretty substantial. And I definitely thank everyone for joining. But for now, I definitely wish you good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are, and you have a pleasant whatever you're going to get up into, whether it's going to sleep or staying awake. But yeah, stay safe and be well. I'll see you another time. Peace.